7 methods to perfect pattern mixing. You are about to see it. Hi, this is Sherry with Style Tips with Sherry, and today's topic is on how to mix patterns like a pro, or like your best girlfriend who just does a fabulous job of it. I have with me Michelle, and she is so good at mixing patterns that I just had to show you some of her outfits and what they're made up of. I'm here in Washington, D.C. today, and I'm thrilled to be able to meet with her and get in her closet and pull together some outfits that just look fabulous. So I'm gonna give you 7 methods that you can do at home. Come on up here, Michelle. You're gonna see her. I'm just gonna have her walk back and forth. She's gonna get a little closer to the camera so you can see the prints. We're gonna have pictures for you to see. The first method is to use 2 colors and 2 patterns. All right, so 2 patterns though that are the same graphic, but one is big and one is small. So what we're using here is we're using black and white. So you can take any 2 colors that you have and use this. But for this, black and white is easy to use because you can find it a lot. So that is one way that you can mix patterns. The other thing is you can take an even tinier pattern and use it for accessories. So in this case, she used we have the scarf and her shoes, and if you'll go ahead and back up, they are what create sort of that pulled together look, that head to toe. So it has more white in it, as you can see, along with, they both have a graphic, like even her shoes are a stripe, her scarf is a polka dot. So it doesn't have to be the same graphic as your main pieces here. That's just kind of an add-on. And I would say if you were just starting to mix patterns, maybe wear a plain pair of shoes and a plain necklace or a plain scarf. But just start with, this is an easy way to start mixing patterns. Just start with 2 colors and 2 graphics, just one that's bigger and one that's smaller. So that is method number 1. Method number 2 is to use a light and dark color of the same shade. So in this case, we're using blue. So we're using a light shade of blue and a dark shade of blue. And then the next part of that pattern mixing method is to use 2 different angular patterns. So typically in patterns, you've got angular patterns and you have curvy patterns, or some people might call them round patterns. So a round pattern and curvy pattern might be a leopard, might be a paisley, might be a round flower. An angular pattern is a stripe, is a plaid, is a square. So in this case, we're using 2 angular patterns. We have more of a stripe on top and then a big square pattern, plaid pattern, checks you might want to call it, on the bottom. And so they work together because they complement each other both in color and in pattern. And then what she's also done is she has taken the color that's the lightest color in the pattern, which is kind of an ivory, and has put that for her shoes because it also matches her hair. Now, even if it doesn't match your hair, if it's the lighter color that's part of, or a darker color that's part of the pattern, you can do that. She has on the just kind of like beige hoop earrings that go right along with the shoe. And so it's a snakeskin shoe. It's a different pattern because it's so blended. It works because we're creating that sandwich effect, that head to toe. So that is method number 2. Pattern mixing method number 3 has to do with the color and the patterns. In this case, we are using 2 colors plus 1 solid. So 2 color patterns plus 1 solid. All right, so right here, the colors that she's using is black, red, and white. The one color that blends is the white. So there's white in the blazer, there's white in the blouse. We've taken the pop color, which is in the birds that are in here, and that's what we pulled the solid color for the pants. So the rule for this is just to get 2 prints that are the same size. And so in this case, they're both delicate. And it just is a really easy look to do. It's kind of one of those beginner pattern kind of things. If you're thinking, oh, kind of like look number one, it's just a way to sort of get into the look. So basically, we're using two prints that are both the same kind of size and scale. For in this case, they're both delicate. And then using that pop color that's here in the birds for her solid bottom piece. Now we are on method number 4 for pattern mixing. And in this one, we are going to use one color to connect throughout and one bold pattern. So in this case, come on up, we've used blush because blush is in the pattern below. It's a leopard, kind of an animal print pattern, but it's a bold pattern. So what we're doing is we're taking that one bold pattern and then we are, go ahead and turn back a little. We're taking that one bold pattern and there's a spot in there that's a blush color. We pulled that up for the solid colors on top. So she has a sweater on, she has a soft tee on that's in a blush color. And then what we've done is we've taken the accessory piece, which is also the blush color. So we're keeping the bold on the bottom, all right? We're taking the soft up here, but we've taken one other color that's in the pattern, which is the black, and it's mixed throughout the scarf. And so this pulls those two colors together and it creates a very soft, pretty look, especially if you've got softer coloring. It's a beautiful look right around your face, and it's a way to wear that bold pattern on the bottom. So that is method number 4. Method number 5 has to do with wearing opposite colors. In the traditional red, yellow, blue color model, you see opposite colors being worn as green and red, yellow, purple, and blue and orange. Opponent process theory suggests that the most complementary colors to wear together are blue and yellow and red and green. So what we've done with this is we have used blue and yellow in the pattern, so it came in the stripe. And so we took a darker color of one of the shades below and are using it in the overlay eyelet jacket above. And so this is what's pulling the color. So it's really the opposite though. So we've got the yellow and blue down here. So we've just taken one of those colors in a darker shade and used it up here. And then we put an accessory color with it, which is the scarf. As long as it has both colors in it, you can wear it together. Now we're ready for method number 6. And this has to do with what I call column dressing. So one of your pieces, typically your bottoms, well, it doesn't have to be, it could be your top as well, but it's probably likely going to be a solid color. So in this case, we're using navy blue. By the way, I know we've used lots of navy blue and beige. Michelle is a light, she's in the light color code, and so this is what she has in her closet. We're working with what she has. And so her pieces all mix and match, which is wonderful. So basically what we've done is you want to take a column. And so we have her navy top to bottom, all right? But she's mixing two patterns, which is her top and her layering piece, which is leopard. All right, so why does this work together? Well, 2 reasons. First of all, we've created the background color is the same on top as bottom. And so we have this column going on. It's gonna make you look slimmer and really trimmer, for no better word. That's just it. Yeah, right? Exactly. Like that. Right? We like it down there. All right. So then what we've done is we've taken 2 round patterns, which is the floral and the leopard. So they are both considered round or curvy patterns, but one is big and one is small. And so as long as there is one color that's the same in the both patterns, so in this case it's kind of like the brown, well, she actually has 2 colors that are the same, brown and the cream, then you can wear it together. Probably my favorite look so far. Love this. So this is method number 6. You guys can do this. Method number 7 involves multiple colors. So this is when you're like a super pro at mixing patterns like Michelle. This is when you've got 3 to 4 colors involved. What we're looking at here are pretty opposite colors. So we've got a soft color, soft pattern, bold pattern. Smaller print, larger print. Angular, curvy. So you're doing opposites the whole way. The other thing that you want to make sure that you do when you are mixing this, like this is advanced mixing, all right? So you want to make sure that you match your hair with your shoes, because as closely as possible, she's going on a light pink shoe, but what it does, it's very light, so it's pulling one of the colors that's in her pattern, but it's really creating a head to toe. If we did an opposite shoe color, even a darker, if we picked a darker shoe color for this, it's really going to mess up the visual of when somebody's looking at you. They're not gonna really know where to look. She's taken one of the stronger colors in her pattern, and it's one of the darker, and she's created a waist for herself with the belt. And so you can absolutely do this, but it's a really advanced way to mix patterns, but she does such a super job of it. So that's method number 7. So here's Michelle, and so happy that she was our model for today. And Michelle, what made you such a pro at mixing patterns?
Oh my goodness, Sherry, that's a great question, because I don't really consider myself a pro. For any of the people that know me, they know I ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
And want to pick everybody's brain at style. And what I found is that I'm drawn to a significant or a specific color palette.
Okay.
And then if those colors I can find in a printed item, then I will look at that item for purchase. For this, I was drawn to the blush,
Okay.
which is one of by far my favorite colors, hence the shoes.
Okay, right.
Same thing with the top.
I called them pink, but they're
Pink
blush.
blush.
So.
Princess pink.
Princess.
Same with the top.
Okay.
It had the blush in it. I was drawn to it. It's very comfortable. It would go with other things in my wardrobe. And I was able to get them home and notice there is green in here, which I don't own anything of. And I had the belt.
Okay.
And so I just started playing in my laboratory of my closet.
Laboratory of closet, that's so good.
And it came together.
So have you always known this much? I mean, you're very stylish.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. But no, I have not. I started mixing patterns really last spring. I started with scarves, and
Oh, that's a great way to do it.
That's how I transitioned my wardrobe from winter to spring. I kept all my winter patterned tops, which were mostly all just striped button downs.
Okay.
And I took fun scarves.
Okay.
That were not expensive, so I did not have to invest a lot. It was a great way to try it without, just making the husband angry.
Yeah, exactly.
So I played around. I asked for a lot of feedback within the VIP group.
Yeah, she's in our VIP community, which is a private style community. We call it the nicest style community on the internet. So we'll put a link below in case you don't know about that.
Lots of help, and those ladies really gave me feedback as to if that worked. And then I started noticing how the plain striped button downs that I had worked with patterned scarves, which might bring in those other colors that you talked about how to mix once you get into mixing colors.
So is that, if whoever's watching right now, if I were to ask you one thing that they could do, just one thing, what would you say?
If you're scared to do this, or if you're not feeling confident to do this, I would say start with a scarf or a t-shirt, or another great idea I started with, I also this summer played around with a patterned cover-up. Oh, with my beach bag.
But so now we're in the fall. Unless you're in Europe, you're going to go in. But
but you could think of it. Start with pajamas. There are so many cute loungewear jammies that are prints.
Different colors
And
too.
yes, and they make it look
Yeah.
so cool. And
Yeah.
you could do that and walk around the house and see what you like and what
Awesome.
you don't like. And
Yay, we love it. Well, thank you for watching our video today. And if you are not a subscriber, we hope that you'll subscribe. I hope that you'll subscribe. And comment below. Give us feedback. What do you want to know? We'll do a video for you. Thank you so much, Michelle. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.